What are the rules for using bread during meals in Italy? If you're planning a trip to Italy or just curious about Italian dining customs, you might be wondering how to use bread correctly during meals. Let's break it down so you can dine like a local. First, it's important to know that bread is not meant to be eaten before the meal unless it's specifically prepared as an appetizer. For example, if the bread is toasted and drizzled with olive oil, it's considered an antipasto like bruschetta, and you can enjoy it right away. In general, Italians do not slather their bread with butter or dip it in olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Instead, they prefer it with a light drizzle of olive oil or plain. So, resist the urge to ask for butter or dip your bread in sauces. Bread is typically eaten with non-pasta courses of the meal. This means you should save your bread for the soup, antipasto, main course, meat or side dishes, vegetables. It's a big no-no to eat bread with pasta, as both are starches and Italians avoid doubling up on them. Using bread as a utensil is quite common in Italy. It's often used to mop up sauces from your plate, a practice called fare la scarpetta, or doing the little shoe. This is especially useful when eating heavily sauced dishes like pasta amatriciana. However, it's worth noting that while this is acceptable at home, it might not be the most polite thing to do at a fancy restaurant or in front of people you want to impress. When eating bread, it's customary to tear a small piece off and put it in your mouth rather than taking a big bite out of a large piece. This is a general rule in many European countries and is seen as more polite. It's also important to understand that bread in Italy, especially in central Italy, often contains no salt. This is historical and meant to balance with the salty flavors of other dishes. Complaining about the lack of salt in bread is considered rude. Leftover bread is not wasted in Italy. It's often used to create other dishes like frizzella, panzanella, a Tuscan bread salad, or stuffed tomatoes. This tradition stems from the country's history of food scarcity during wars. Finally, when dining at an Italian restaurant, you might find that bread is included in the coperto, a cover charge that ranges from €1 to €3 per person. This charge covers the cost of bread and the table setting. If you need more bread, it's perfectly fine to ask your waiter, though there might be an additional charge. By following these simple rules, you'll be able to enjoy your meals in Italy with confidence and respect for the local customs. Happy dining.